The Stranger, 2025, book versus the movie. The story is the same, but does the meaning change when we transfer the story from the book to a movie? Let's dive into it. The story follows Monsieur Mosso, a man who is defined not by how he feels, but how he's expected to feel by the society. After committing a seemingly senseless crime, Monsieur Mosso finds himself on trial. Not just for the crime, but also for his indifference, for his lack of grief, and just for not conforming to how the society expects him to conform or to act. In this video, I want to focus on the similarities and the differences between the book and the movie. So if you're interested to know more about the storyline, don't forget to check out my earlier video on the book and the story in the book. I think the biggest difference is the insider versus outsider perspective. In the book, we get the insider perspective. We see the world from Mosso's views, Mosso's eyes or mind. We are inside his body and experience the world as he experiences the world. We're sort of trapped in his body. We have no control over what he does or what he says, and we just sort of feel and experience whatever he feels. However, in the movie, we get the outsider perspective. It's a wider perspective because we're not inside Mosso's body. We are outside of it. We are the observer. So with that comes a sense of detachment from the character, or with the character, between us and the character. And that gives us perhaps a different perspective and different experience of the events themselves. At the same time, the movie does stay close to the book. For example, the prison scenes or the day of the event, the scenes about day of the event, they stay very close to the book. Most of the scenes do anyway. But it's not just the events, it's also the atmosphere that shines through the movie, just like it does in the book. Another interesting point about this movie is that it's in black and white. And I think that's a really good touch on the movie. On one level, you could say that the black and white in the movie, it can represent the historical context. The story is from 1940s. On another level, you could say that the black and white tone can be symbolic. The contrast between the black and white could represent our moral rigidity in terms of good and evil. We see one thing as good, so everything, every attribute has to be in line with being good, and one as being evil. So with Monsieur Mosso not showing his emotions, not showing any remorse for the crime that he's committed, or even any grievance for his mum, he goes on the wrong side of the morality. He's on the wrong side. He's not mourning the loss of his mum. So that does not sit right with the society. You're supposed to cry for the loved ones who pass away. Just like his neighbor we see in the movie and in the book both. He cries for his dog. He loses his dog and then he starts to cry. He really misses his dog. But what we also see is that the neighbor abuses his dog. So, yes, he does cry, as you are supposed to cry when you lose a loved one, but he also abuses the dog. But Monsieur Mosso, yes, he left his mom in a care home, and he doesn't cry about losing her. He doesn't cry for her, but at least he didn't abuse her. So, who is evil in this case? And who is good? Somebody who abuses their loved ones and then cries? Because apparently that's what the society expects him to do. They expect Monsieur Mosso to cry and to miss his mom. So if he's not showing that, he's not human. He's inhuman and therefore on the wrong side of morality. There was something else in the movie that made me understand the book a lot better. It's towards the end of the movie where Monsieur Mosso talks about how he now understands why his mom got herself a fiance towards the end of her life. And I think it showed me how much we fear death, and we don't realize that when we get close to death, we sort of lose our fear. We have a sense of acceptance. And once we have that acceptance that, yes, it's going to happen and I've only got a limited time, we decide to then enjoy that time and worry less about leaving things behind, but trying to enjoy every last moment that we've got. Um, and I thought that was really powerful scene. I got that from the book, but I think the depth came through from the movie for me. What do you think? Do you think a story like The Stranger loses its meaning when you transform it from a book to a movie? Or do you think the movie just adds more depth to it?